I particularly like it when my prey is frightened.
What up, what up, what up? Serial Assassin here, and this morning it is Wednesday, and I played Black Ops 2 almost all day yesterday. Well, from about 12:15 when I got home from GameStop until about, I guess it was around 10 o'clock. I took a 2-hour nap, and then I got right back on, and I played probably till about 5:30-ish, and then I called it a night. So, a lot of time in on the game. I think my actual play time is somewhere around 5.5, 6 hours. I think I'm at like level 31 or 32. Not great, but still trying to get used to the game. So this is sort of like my first impressions of the game. And real quick, gameplay in the background is just a free-for-all and Standoff, so you guys can see the maps if you haven't seen them. This is Standoff, and I'm using the MP7, just doing a quick free-for-all. This was actually my first free-for-all game. So when I first loaded up, all I played was Domination, just to, because I wanted to see what it was all about, because Domination is the gameplay I heard most about when I was, listening about Black Ops 2. So here's just my first impressions, and I want to give you, the things that I didn't like first. So the things I didn't like first is, one, there's no more sound whoring. And this is just an early thing. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Maybe I got to adjust my sound settings. Maybe with dead silence, maybe it's a little bit better. But right now, people were running up behind me, and I mean running up behind me and stabbed me in the back, and I couldn't hear them. So it's sound whoring is kind of dead. Lag compensation is still there. When I first turned on the game, I basically have my connection settings for my Xbox and my PS3 to run 10 full duplex, which means the maximum connection I'm going to get is 10 up, 10 down on my PS3 and my Xbox. And I was seeing a lot of lag comp, and just to test it out to see if they adjusted anything, I totally opened it back up to 100 full, and getting my full bandwidth and everything else, and the lag was even worse. I should say the lag compensation was even worse. So lag comp is still there. Another thing that I personally don't like, and others may, is I actually did like in Modern Warfare 3 where you could assign your score streaks or your kill streaks or whatever you want to call them to each individual class. I like that. That's gone. That's gone. So that's another thing that I really don't like. But again, it was the same way in Black Ops. It's not a major change, and it's not a huge dislike, but it's just something that I would like to see carry over from Modern Warfare 3. And the last thing is the spawns. The spawn system still isn't great. When I was playing free-for-all, I had people spawning right behind me, 5 feet to the left of me, within a second of me spawning. So the spawn systems still aren't fixed. Hopefully Treyarch will continue to work on that, and maybe they can get that fixed up. So now I want to talk about the things that I do like. The graphics and the sounds are phenomenal. They're great. I think that they put a lot of work into the sounds of the game and the graphics of the game, and I was really taken back by how well the graphics are, the loading screen, everything. So, even the menu system, which is another thing that, like, the whole menu system, the way that's all set up, it's kind of hard to catch on at first, but it's very well organized, it's very cool, it's very streamlined, so I really did like that as well. The maps are awesome. I mean, my initial thoughts is they're awesome. There's really doesn't seem to be a lot of choke points. Wherever the action is there's usually 4 or 5 different ways to get there. So unless you go up against a really well organized team, you pretty much, spawn trapping is not going to be as prevalent as it used to be. So like that's one of the biggest things is there are sections of certain maps that aren't perfect, but the majority of the maps, there's doorways everywhere. There's those little cut throughs. There's always somewhere else you can go. So you can get to the same point taking 5, 6 different paths. So it's really cool. I guess that main focus was about to destroy camping. Camping is still in the game, but that's really a community problem. It's not a developer problem, so I'm not really going to focus on that. But yeah, the maps are awesome. Like I said, the menu system is pretty cool too. The other thing I noticed, and again, like I'm only in the early 30s as level-wise. I have not unlocked everything. But the guns, to me, seem really, really balanced. Snipers seem a little overpowered, but in my opinion, they should be. If you have the ability to quick scope, and in reality, if a sniper hits you from 300 yards away, you're dead. I don't care if he hits you anywhere from the waist up, you're dead. So that's pretty cool. I like the sniping. I'm sure as I play the game more and more, sniping will become more relevant and more annoying. But quick scoping is a little bit more difficult than, say, Modern Warfare 3, but it's actually a little easier than, in my opinion, than it was in Black Ops. So, but outside of that, like the submachine guns, which seem to be king right now, the submachine guns sort of rule this game, but they're really well balanced. If they have high damage and high shots, they have high recoil. And there's a ton of attachments that you can put on all your guns. So as I go through and I try to figure out the best combinations, I will let you guys know, what to use and what not to use. So. And another thing I really like is connection preferences. I'm glad they brought that back. That was in Black Ops. Modern Warfare 3, I guess, didn't like it. But in Black Ops 2, there is connection preferences where you can tell, the system, this is how I want to connect when I join a gameplay. So I'm really glad that that's back as well. So a couple things that I'm not quite sure on, and one of them is the score streaks. There's a ton of them. There's off the top of my head, I'm gonna say about 16 to 18 of them, and they unlock at an odd order, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them you can use. But the thing is one, UAV until people unlock Ghost is very overpowered. So if you have if you're not using UAV, then you're really shooting yourself a foot, especially early in the game like this. But if you get a score streak, it does work. Sentry guns do work. Killer drones, they do work. Or, excuse me, hunter drones. But, and the thing is with a hunter drone, don't try to throw it straight at someone. If you're close and you can get it off, great. But what I do is I just run, I look up in the sky, I throw it straight up in the air, and it's going to hunt somebody out. It's going to destroy either equipment, a UAV, or it's going to kill somebody. So it's pretty good. If you try to throw it straight, it might hit a building and explode, and then you just lost your score streak. But the attack helicopter puts in work. The one game, I got killed by it by probably 5 or 6 times, and I was just like, wow. I'm not used to the helicopters doing this. But if you earn a score streak in this game, you've earned it, and it's going to do some work for you. So, not quite sure how I feel about that right now. But, again, it's still early in the game, but I wanted to point that out. The other thing I want to point out is the support. How much support is Treyarch going to put in this? Yes, in the past, they have been great about providing support. But, how are they going to do it with this game? I'm leaning toward the side of positivity and optimism that they're going to take really good care of this game and make sure they support it its full life. So I'm actually looking forward to that. So, man, the game's awesome. I will tell you that the game is awesome. Have I gotten a full feel of everything? No, I don't think anybody has, except for the people that got it early and have been playing it nonstop, no life. But for me, in my first 12-15 hours of playing on it, I really like the game. I'm really satisfied with my purchase, and I think this game is going to have a long life. This is going to be one of those like COD 4 that you come back to if you ever get bored with the future renditions. That's how good the game is. I think you're going to come back to it and come back to it and come back to it. So that's it. That's just my quick first impressions. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and leave me a comment. I want to hear what you guys think. All right, I'm out. Peace.